what happens next is they're fighting, right? And then Kazuya's like, you never embraced this power that was handed to you by my strong loins. The dialogue's still a work in process, by the way. He's like, you never embraced the power of my loins. And then he goes Devil Kazuya, right? He's like, and that will be your downfall. You guys imagine the Tekken 8 story, right? I wanted to be done with that game so I could properly get my mind combobulating and stuff, right? So Tekken 8 story, right? Tekken 8 story. So this is how my mind is going, right? So Kazuya has just killed Heihachi, right? Like he's dead. Also we think, who knows? But for my canon of Tekken 8, he's dead, right? And then we're also gonna say Kazuya has also killed Shin Akuma. We're gonna say that, you know, when he did all this thing and they fought and blah 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 happened, he killed Shin Akuma. Akuma's not coming to Tekken 8. He is dead. Akuma doesn't even make it to Street Fighter 6 because he's dead. Okay, that's how dead Kazuya has deaded Akuma, right? And then what Kazuya does is, because he's in his super devil form, he goes and he flies away. He flies off and he goes, and then he appears, right? He appears at a building, right? And then what is that? Hold on. What does that building look like? I'll show you guys what that building looks like. I'll show you guys exactly what that building looks like. So Kazuya flies off. He flies off. He appears in this weird building. You see this.
Bring it on. I'll destroy you all.
Right? And then obviously soy sauce for Geese starts playing and shit. And then what Kazuya does is he kills Geese. He kills Geese there, and then Geese is dead. That's two 2Ds killed, gone from the Tekken story, completely deaded. Kazuya's on a mission, right? So just killed Shin Akuma. Akuma's not even in Street Fighter. He's gone up to Howard Estate. You see the thing, you're like, oh shit, it's Geese. Kills Geese, right? And then Kazuya's like, okay, there's, what is it that, like, you know what Fakuram says at the when he wins is like, how many left, right? He says that how many left thing. So then Kazuya's like, how many left? Just one left. And Kazuya flies away in devil form again. He's still in devil form. He flies off and he lands at Diomo de Sirio. And then when he gets there, who else does he see but Eliza taking a nap? Eliza's sitting there, she's taking a nap, right? She's tired, she's doing her vampire thing. Boom! Kazuya kills her too. 2Ds are gone, right? That is the start of, that's just how Tekken 8 begins. That's just how the Tekken 8 begins. Kazuya kills all of the 2Ds, right? He's killed them all. And then Kazuya's like, okay, it's time to get down to business, right? So he's off to do some G-Corp things, and he's just like in his office, right? Kazuya's in his office doing G-Corp things, and he's like, okay, I'm off to go do what I need to do. Then we do a cut. Then there's like a weird wipe cut type thing, right? And then you get to Violet Systems, and then who is it but Jin Kazama? And then Jin Kazama is just woken up, right? Because obviously at the end of Tekken 7, Jin was asleep. Jin was like bare tired from doing Devil Jin things and taking care of Azazel and whatever. So Jin then wakes up. He's like, oh, you know, I've got to go deal with, you know, I've got to end the Mishima, my family. I don't know what Jin's motivation is anymore. He did some weird things in Tekken 6 to true evil, blah, blah, blah. And here we are now. But anyway, he wakes up, he's like the family, and then Lee, like obviously Lee, Lars, it's like Lee, Lars, and Alyssa, right? They're all sitting there. So Lee, Lars, and Alyssa are sitting around, and they're just like, well, we have some news for you. And it's like, oh, it's a throwback to Tekken 5. It's a throwback to Tekken 5, where Raven, he clicks on the thing. He's like, Heihachi Mishima is dead, and that's what they tell him, right? They're like, Heihachi's dead, and Jin's like, good, right? Jin's like, that's just one more left for me, right? That's one more left for me to take care of. So then Jin gets up, he gets out of bed, he puts some clothes on, and then who cares, right? He's off. And then we cut to Gigas. Then we just cut to Gigas just being thrown in a trash can. Literally, he's just thrown in a trash can. That's all it is. They're just a small cut. Gigas being tossed in a trash can by a character that looks suspiciously like Harada, right? They're just throwing Gigas in a trash can. You know, everyone's like Tekken 8. Like the characters are different now. Everything's going on. So yeah, Gigas is fucked off. The 2Ds are dead. And then there's just there's more cuts and stuff happening, right? Going all over the screen. And then we get back to Brimstone and Fire, right? This is where Kazuya and Heihachi had their final battle, and then like Jin and Kazuya had like some kind of mental brain thing where they're like, I know I have to go to this place, and then he goes off and they both go to Brimstone and Fire, and they're like, it's time for our final battle. So they're just going, they're fighting each other, right? You know the Tekken intro where they're both punching each other's fists and shit like that. That's going on here, right? And then this music's playing. This music that's playing right now, this starts playing because it's an intense final battle between like the two protagonists, antagonists, deuteragonists, whatever's of the series, right? It's their final battle, maybe the last battle of Tekken history, right? So what happens next is they're fighting, right? And then Kazuya's like, you never embraced this power that was handed to you by my strong loins. The dialogue's still a work in process, by the way. He's like, you never embraced the power of my loins. And then he goes Devil Kazuya, right? He's like, and that will be your downfall. So he's now Devil Kazuya, and he's like the final Devil Kazuya you see at the end of the Tekken 7 story. So then what happens is Jin is like, I don't need this power to defeat someone like you. And then so they just start scrapping, right? They just start scrapping, but Jin's clearly losing. Jin is very, 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 very clearly losing, right? Like he's trying to hold his own, but the devil gene is just too much. And then what you do is, this is so laggy, by the way, but I'm so engrossed in my story, I can't process it. So like, yeah, so they're fighting, they're scrapping, but Jin's on the losing end. He's getting bop, and then out of nowhere, right, we're in Brimstone and Fire. Out of nowhere, I keep switching scenes as well. Out of nowhere appears Fergus. Okay, out of nowhere, here comes Fergus. Fergus comes out of the darkness, and he's like, Kazuya, Jin may not be able to stop you in this form, but I know someone who can. And then from behind, no, Fergus transforms into Jun. Fergus transforms into Jun Kazama. It's not he brings her out, he is Jun Kazama. This is what the Tekken devs didn't want you to know. But he legit just like, he morphs, he's like, oh my god, and then he transforms into Jun Kazama. And then it's like, and then she's like, Kazuya baby, you know I have to do this, leave our son alone. And then they start scrapping, right? They're getting into it. She goes into angel form. Kazuya's in his final devil form, and they're just like, they're both going at it. Jin's in the back like, oh, I'm in pain, oh, help me, oh, like he's just like, heal me. I don't know who he's talking to, but he needs healing because he's in such a dire strait. And Kazuya's starting to win over Jun as well. Like Kazuya's really getting the upper hand. So at this point, you know, things are looking bad. Jun's on the back foot. Jin's in need of healing. And then from out of nowhere, all you hear is Il mio potato. Claudio hop kicks Kazuya from under the ground. He's in the ground. You know, Brimstone and Fire, there's the ground. He's under the ground. Claudio hop kicks Kazuya. Breaks the ground. You know, like in Naruto versus Neji, when Naruto comes under the ground and punches Neji, that's Claudio's foot hop kicking Kazuya, right? He hop kicks his head off, right? It's such a powerful hop kick. Kazuya's head has come clean off and flies off into the distance. Kazuya Mishima is dead. That is, and then, because obviously that's right in the Tekken 7 story, that's where it's going. Like Claudio's an exorcist. You're assuming he's the one who's going to take care of of Kazuya of the Devil Gene. That was his purpose, right? And then what's in Brimstone and Fire, right? Everyone's like, okay, you know, the main boss is done. Like it's all over, you know, because Jin's like, oh, it's finally over because he is dead. Like Jun is just like, Jun is like, oh, my baby boy Jin, so glad, whatever. And then from the back you hear Kazama, Jin Kazama, and then everyone turns around and it's military Hwoarang from Tekken 4, and he's just like, we never got to fight in the tournament. He walks up super slow. Like he's like, we never got to fight in the tournament.
I never got to fight you at the tournament. I'll take you on right here, right now.
And then Jin's just like, I'm literally dying right now. I am dying. I need medical attention. He's like, we never got to fight in the tournament. And then Jin's just like, I haven't got a reason to fight. And then Hwoarang turns around and is like, you haven't got a reason to fight? Well, I do. And then there's a fight. Hwoarang wins, and then Hwoarang takes over Mishima Zaibatsu, and he names it the K-Whis Zaibatsu. And then Tekken 8 will be renamed to K-Whis 8. And yeah, that's about it. And then Hwoarang also just like kills Leroy and Fak for no reason. And yeah, I think that's Tekken 8. I think that's Tekken 8, chat. Honestly, I think that's it. I genuinely cannot think of like, I can't think of like anywhere else the story could go. Honestly. Bandai Namco, if you want to hire me, I can give you guys my business email. We can negotiate. We can start talking story. If you guys want to pay me roughly within the realm of, at least I'll be generous, 10k a week, I think. And yeah, we'll get to working. Honestly, you left the Tekken 7 narrator alive. Yeah, because he stays alive to atone for his sins. That's what he does. He has to stay alive to atone for his sins.